Oh shit. You know where we're at, man. You know where we're at. San Antonio. About to go watch Wemby fucking dominate. Dude, they already beat OKC last week. They about to clutch this shit right now. But shit, you know what time it is. I'm in the great city of San Antonio. You can tell I'm already faded. Little bit of cold fire action. Let's fucking go. Fuck it. See you on side there. Bro. So, one, they didn't even let me bring in the camera. Two, no Yart, no Nick, no nothing. I'm just finna go to a game in Vegas or some shit, bro. I was chilling at T-Mobile Arena. But, you know, the vibe, gotta get a little jersey. I'm finna try and record some shit, but I don't know, the iPhone camera's kind of shit. So, let me see. Usually I would just be able to fucking flip the camera there, but thanks fucking Frost Tank Arena. See, like, I can't even flip the camera here, but look. Look at that shit. Let's fucking go. Yes, sir. You know where we at. We motherfucking back. It's been, what, like fucking 6 weeks, bro? 6 weeks since the last UFC fucking shit, bro. I'm glad to be back. You already know what the vibe is right now, though. We finna get a little smoke session with the boys. Fucking, bro, is this literally not the most goated grocery store ever? Not finna get any right now, but that shit be smacking. Finna go grab a little bev, meet up with the boys. This is why you don't fucking walk in the store with the munchies, bro. Grabbing all the most fucking random ass shit, bro. Like, that's a crazy combo, bro. Nesquik, Monster, glazed croissant donut. I don't know what the fuck that's supposed to be, but I just grabbed that shit. I was just like, fuck it. Shit, my car need gas. Y'all know I need that gas too. CGI, of course. But I just want to I want to put a few of these clips at the beginning of the vid and shit. I haven't been able to post anything really. I haven't had like enough for a full vid, so if you want to just skip to the predictions, it's gonna be I'm gonna have it time stamped like right here. I'm gonna put it right here. Alright. But if not, enjoy.
Bitch, get my dick pesos. I just didn't, he ain't have my face though. But I'm going fast, don't get in the way. Track doing numbers, business every day.
Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. Let's go. I'm supposed to be home, share 30 on me. We're gonna hit their hoes. I thought that I won't spare. Yeah, I got your bitchy on my dick, cause put 2 on layer. 40 on one side when I hit them up, ain't fair.
face, man. I done it in her hair. I don't really get no fucks, bitch. I don't really care. Yeah, I'm smoking out the pack, bitch. I'm smoking out the cat.
Yeah, diamonds in them bitches.
Break from your car accident.
That's it. That's it. We gonna have to pack the whole game anyway.
Yo, Andrew.
Wait, come back.
I'm waiting for the show.
Oh shit.
No, where's my phone?
Was on already?
Yeah.
Bitch, I'm dread.
Fat, yeah, skis.
Bitch, we pulled up on their
shit.
block and then they fled.
Oh shit.
Bitch, we pulled up on their block and then they fled. Y'all fucking on your bitch, she open the legs. Y'all fucking on your house, she open leg. Yeah, bitch, I'll leave some dead. You want some buffalo action? Fly?
Yes.
Bitch, she put up on their block and left me dead.
Shit, you know what we gotta go for. Little. Fuck it. Back at the crib. Got the little. Had to get the little haul. You see what we working with? The little alien labs. The motherfucking connected. That permanent marker? Nah, I gotta see what that shit looking like. Gots to. Let's see. Got that motherfucking seal. Woo. Nah, hold on. I gotta get a little video so y'all can see what I'm seeing. That's some fucking gas right there. I got some motherfucking shit to do right now. Gotta go do some shit. Oh shit, I also copped the motherfucking, we copped the motherfucking holy water. Look at it. Look what we're rocking with. Shit. Finna open that shit later. And yeah, finna get to that fight study in a little bit, and I'ma pop right back at y'all. And it's motherfucking 4:20 right now, so I gotta hit a little blinker. Cheers. Alright, now I'll catch y'all later. Hey, what we think? Camera angle looking right? I think it's looking right. Alright. Just want to get a quick smoke session before we do a little bit of fight analysis, you know what I'm saying? Dude, I gotta take a video of just one of these buds for y'all, cause this shit is looking fucking immaculate. I rode two. One with the fucking Blazy Susan. And then, well, technically I didn't roll them. My homie hooked me up with some cones. Dude, I haven't had actual papers in a minute. And it's fucking annoying, actually. Because it's like, I prefer rolling to actually fucking, You know what I mean? It smokes better. I feel like it's a better process overall, you know? But cones are still valid. I just feel like when you try and smoke them a lot of the time, they don't burn quite the way that they should, you know what I mean? But fuck it, let's get into it. Well, let's save the Blazy Susan for later. Got a motherfucking kind of nice little something here. Let's spark it up. Cheers. Oh, and I don't even got an ashtray. That's crazy. Whataburger cup it is. Fuck it. Fuck it. Smoking that permanent marker. Cheers, yo. Finna see what it's in for. Gotta get that bitch at the 45-degree angle, you know what I'm saying? Hey, cheers. Now that's some fucking gas. That's some fucking gas. For sure. For sure that's some gas. Hopefully the mic ain't too bad. I've been trying to get my DJI mic shit to actually work and work good, you know what I mean? But shit has not, I don't know. I haven't been able to connect that shit. I haven't been able to figure it out yet, but once we get figured out, audio's gonna be 10 times better. I'm actually surprised how good it is on the actual DJI cam. It's pretty decent. For me not even connecting the actual mic to it, but I'm gonna have it probably like next video. I'm gonna try and figure that shit out today. Fuck it. Low key, we gotta smoke this shit quick. I don't know, it's about to be like 7. Straight hotbox in the whip. Shit though, I know we've had a little UFC break. What's been going on with y'all? I mean, it's funny how we have like, cause I'm a big NASCAR fan too, and it's like NASCAR and UFC, we both have like some of the shortest off seasons. Yet both of our fan bases, we all like flip the fuck out every time. It's so hilarious, but I don't know. It's just like there's nothing better than a fucking Saturday with the UFC card. And everybody knows this that's watching this video. There's nothing better. I mean, I love all my other sports, but nothing comes close to the UFC, and that's a fucking fact. It's actually not smoking the worst. Canoeing a little bit, but pretty good. I feel like the raw cones, they're always like low-key shittier than the actual raws. Like raw blacks are some of the best rolling papers hands down, but you use the cones and they're just not the same. They're not the same at all. I think it's just an in general problem with cones, like the way that the machine puts it together and it has it smoke versus when you actually hand roll the joint. I feel like it smokes way different every time. But so far, this bitch has been solid. Anyways, what was I saying? So yeah, I mean it isn't really a long break, but it feels like it all the time. But I'm just wondering what's been going on with y'all. What have y'all been up to? I haven't been on the platform like that, so hey, just let me know in the comments. Let's get into that point. It's like, should I smoke this second one? I don't know. Fuck. See, bro, that's the thing about fucking joints. I feel like they always get me smacked. Blunts hit, but I will always be a joint smoker at heart. They just always hit right. And I feel like the blunts don't deliver the same experience. And they're super fucking harsh. Every time. They're a pain in the ass to smoke. Like, bro, you see that? Smooth than a bitch. Might have to. I haven't even cracked open my bevy. I got this bitch like 3 hours ago. That bitch is needed now. Motherfucking peace tea. If y'all don't know, y'all gotta try these shits. These shits are gas. And they're cheap as fuck. Like, I got it at the gas station for $1.50. That's how you know that shit's cheap. Because everything in the gas station be taxed as fuck. Bro, I ain't gonna lie. I don't even, like, I was just yapping. I don't even remember what the fuck I was talking about. Hey, I mean, y'all subscribe for MMA content. I don't know. I just feel like incorporating the smoking content in with the fucking MMA content, like, that's new. Nobody does that. That's like two niches that I can branch together along with all my other sports shit. So I don't know, if y'all fuck with it, let me know. Bro, you see how fucking hotboxed it is? It's starting to have trouble like tracking my face and shit. Holy fuck. I'm straight boxing my whip. That fucking permanent marker. Dude, I have to say, this has to be like an 8.5 at least. Smoke's good. Good terps. Doesn't fuck up the throat or nothing. And I'm pretty fucking baked right now, I can't lie. But enough about the smoking. I'm gonna keep on smoking, right? But let's get into a little bit of UFC, a little bit of a preview, and then after this, I'm gonna cut to the actual full breakdown video. Y'all can skip to it right here. But dude, the fact that we now have back-to-back numbered events, it feels weird. And especially that they're not pay-per-view. It's like, I don't know, it just throws me off. But we got Paddy Pimblett, Gaethje, and then we got Volk Lopez too, back-to-back. Honestly, the Australia card isn't as bad as it could have been. I feel like there's been way more shit Australia cards recently. Duplessis, Strickland too. I mean, there's been a lot of shit Aussie cards recently, but I feel like it's not the worst. It's not the worst. We got some bangers on there. Fucking Huffy, Fiziev on there. BSD, Hooker. Got a few fun scraps outside of that too. I've been yapping so long, the fucking joint went out. But dude, all I want to say is we're so fucking back, bro. 324 is about to be a banger card. Dude, I'm excited for like almost every fight on that card. The only one dude, I feel like Natalia Silva is just gonna fucking run through Rose Namajunas. Like, that one I'm just kind of like, whatever. But all the other fights, I'm hyped. I'm hyped for sure. Bro, what was I even saying? Fuck. Oh yeah, going over locks. Josh Hokit, I think he's lockable. Charles Johnson, Natalia Silva, as I just said. That's a solid 3 right there. Fuck it, Dude, holy shit, my car's getting hotboxed, bro. Boxed as hell. It's getting hard to see, bro. For sure, dude. For sure. Anyways. Who else? Let me bring up the card real quick. I gotta remind myself now. I'm too high, bro. This is why I try to do my breakdowns not being faded as fuck, you know what I mean? Because it just becomes impossible. Umar and Gautier locks. That's 5 right there. You could lock Bukauskas and that's 6 right there. Honestly, yeah, I feel like that's a solid pair of like 6 locks. I don't think you really even... I can look through the card and I'll go over it again towards the end of the video and breakdowns, but I don't think you need much more than that. Like, you round robin that, you're set. If you want to add like a 7th leg, you could add like an O'Malley, maybe a Ty Miller. That's the dude that's debuting against Fugitt, I think. But I feel like those 6 are safe. Those are safe picks for sure. This joint's like pretty much out. Finna just fucking do some push-ups to finish this bitch real quick. Yeah, that bitch is done. Got the second joint right here. Dude, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I don't even want to, like, fucking hell, is it on track? I don't even really, like, I don't even really need to smoke it, bro. I'm faded as fuck right now. I mean, you can already see the car's fucking boxed as shit, bro. But fuck it. For you fucking guys! Fucking Strickland impression. For you guys, bro. Fuck it. For the vid. I got to, bro. No way I'm finna roll 2 joints and not smoke both of them, bro. That's a fucking disgrace, bro. There's no way you can allow yourself to do that. Alright, fuck it. Cheers. I fucking love you guys. Let's go! Holy fuck. I'm sorry, bro. It's so boxed, you can't even... Camera's having trouble seeing me. Now this bitch is canoeing a little bit. More so than the other one. This is why I don't fucking... That's why I don't fuck with cones. I did light it kind of shit though, that's all. Yeah, I can't lie, I did light it kind of shit. If you want to talk about locks, I mean, people to avoid if you're gonna bet. Which, I mean, I always say I don't recommend you to. If you don't already, don't start. And yeah, people to avoid betting on for sure. I mean, Waldo and Lewis, I feel like that fight could really go either way. It's kind of risky. Maybe betting the under would be interesting. I don't know. No. Gene Silva, Arnold Allen. Spoiler, I mean, I think Gene Silva will win, but that was risky. Michael Johson, Alexander Hernandez. I know the Johson plus money is tempting, but bro, come on now, man. It really could go either way, and y'all know that. Who else? Who else? A lot of y'all might be surprised, but I would say Patty and Gaethje is a little risky to bet on. I would not lock Patty at all, in my opinion. And y'all will see later on why I come to such a conclusion. Dude, these things are fucking smoking. I gotta hand it to Connected. They were a brand that was around like when I first started smoking and shit. They still got some good flower. Hey, props to them. Dude, this shit has me fucking. This shit has me fried right now. Fuck, bro. All this CGI smoke. YouTube. This shit's killing me, bro. I'm starting to like breathe in smoke. That's how boxed it's starting to get at this point. Holy fuck. Like I'm not even trying to cheap the fuck out of the joint, but it's just blowing fat clouds every time. One other thing, one little side UFC fucking tangent. I saw people saying if Sean O'Malley wins that they're not gonna do the Yan rematch. They're gonna do the Yan rematch, bro. Let's be real, bro. That White House cards, can't fucking speak off this pack. The White House card needs fights, bro. They're going to put Yan and O'Malley on that if O'Malley wins. That's guaranteed, bro. I would bet on that. Speaking of fights that could go on the White House card, fucking Kayla Nunez. If Kayla is done recovering by that time, I'm not sure if she will be. They're def gonna put that fight on that card again. That's for sure. Bruh, it's crazy the privilege that O'Malley is gonna get. I don't know why they think he's the star. I mean, his style is cool, but he's never had the charisma or the persona, bro. Never. So I just don't know where did Dana get this idea from, bro? Fucking A. This joint's about like almost out. I'm gonna just finish it off camera real quick, and then I'm finna get to it, and we finna do the breakdowns. Alright, I got y'all. Hold up. Gotta see the fucking. Holy fuck. Boxed in a bitch. I know. 2 orders. Some fat shit. But we here. Finna give y'all the predictions and shit. Finna pop up. Finna try and pop it up on the screen right there. Alright, so hold up. Finally got the mic connected. What was I gonna say? This year on picks, I'm gonna literally just do like just whatever. Like if I think that a certain fighter is gonna win a fight, I'm gonna justify it however I can, and I'm gonna pick him. Cause I mean, I was going on a whole tangent in a video last year about how I'm not doing personal picks and all that type of stuff. Like I don't care anymore, cause we seen Merab pull the upset against Yan. I was gonna pick Merab just cause I was like, nah, everyone's going with Merab. I gotta be doing some bias shit. Like, nah, I saw something, and obviously, you know, Yan won that rematch. So I'ma just 100% go with, you know, what I'm feeling. So without further ado, let's get into it. Early prelims. First fight on the card, Ty Miller versus Adam Fugitt. Ty Miller, he's coming from the Contender Series. I think, I don't remember which week it was. I remember it was last year, though. And Adam Fugitt, he's I mean, there's nothing more I can say. He's a bum. He's pretty much lost to anyone good. He had a split decision over Josh Quinlan. He finished Yusaku Kinoshita. I don't know. I mean, nobody really knows these people. And if you do, you know that they're mid, right? And one thing that I see get brought up about Adam Fugitt, right? he fought Michael Morales, right, early in his career. But, you know, every time that someone has a decent performance against someone good, they automatically take it as that it means something. I don't think it really means anything with Fugitt, because Morales, he had a lot of weird performances early in his career. Jake Matthews, for example, that made me think that Jake Matthews was actually he had a chance and shit at welterweight. I don't really trust that in hindsight. Just from what I've seen, he's just not that good. And Ty Miller, the only thing that makes me concerned about picking Ty Miller is its debut. But I feel like they were doing decent in the last half of last year, the debuts and stuff. So I'm gonna go with Ty Miller. He looked pretty good on the Contender Series. I mean, got the decision. He was on LFA before that. Cage Fury, like, he's fought in good promotions and stuff. I'm going with them. Moving on, Ricky Turcios versus Cameron Smotherman. This one's one of the tougher ones, like a lot of people have been saying, but I don't know, man. He did, like, this last one against Sapaj, he did not do that bad. I have to favor Smotherman, though. He's way younger. I feel like, you know, the people he lost to, Simone and Side, they're both decent, and that Simone one was on, like, pretty short notice as well. Pretty much just a grappling fest. He's just more powerful, too. I feel like he's just going to be able to dictate the fight, pretty much. Turcios, I don't know. He always looks like he has to kind of like get himself into this mentality where he has to try and get into an aggressive mentality while he's in the octagon, and it's like Smotherman, he seems more composed, like he could follow a game plan out there. I think this probably goes to a decision. Smotherman probably gets 2, or at least 2, but could probably win 30-27. I think Turcios has been pretty mid throughout his career. Josh Hokit versus Denzel Freeman. I saw people giving Freeman some credit because he looked better on the regional scene, but that's mostly how it always goes for heavyweights. You're gonna look better on the regional scene. I remember there was this one dude, I forgot what his name was. He was on the Contender Series against Asplin last season, and he looked super good on the regional scene, right? And then Asplin didn't. I thought he didn't look that good on the regional scene, right? So it's really, you can't really judge that in heavyweight. You got to see how they really start performing at the top. And mind you, neither of them have really, they just had their debuts, right? Haven't really done much. Hokit, he's way lighter than Freeman, right? And while having that speed advantage as well. I think Hokit, he looked way better in his debut compared to Freeman. Freeman's debut was awful. God awful. And he's way older too, 34. It's like a 7-year age difference. So yeah, I think Hokit's a lock. He's looked pretty good. For a heavyweight, he's pretty fast. He's got good speed, good wrestling, good striking as well. I don't think Freeman's going to be the one to check him, if you know what I mean. Moving on. Michael Johson versus Alexander Hernandez. This one's also like, I could see it like going maybe either way. Like the Johnson and, the Turcios fight, right? But I don't know, I just think I could never even pick Alexander Hernandez. I always pick against him like every single prediction video, but I mean, in this matchup itself, Johson's is, I feel like he's got the speed advantage, right, and he's got the power advantage. But I've thought that about opponents of Hernandez in the past. But trust me, I'm going to be right on this one because Johson, he's been on a good little comeback. I mean, let me think. Darius Flowers, right, he didn't look that good in that fight. Flatlined his Atar, but his Atar's never really been that much. You can argue Hernandez might have had the better comeback streak of opponents. Well, if you look at his first two, they're mid as well. I forgot fucking Austin Hubbard and Kurt Hollowell. So yeah, I mean, I think they're on the same like level of comeback streak. Johson, he had that Zell Huber win in his last one. I see people bringing up Diego Ferreira and shit because Johson got knocked out by him, but I mean that version of him that Hernandez fought was arguably the most washed and old that we've seen Ferreira look ever in his career. So I don't know. I just trust Johnson's abilities more, and he's been more towards the top in his career than Hernandez has in the past. I mean, he fluked Poirier for one. I mean, that's pretty big. Poirier's like striker, never to be crowned champ. Hernandez, he crumbled as soon as he met Old Man Cerrone. Damn, that was so long ago. It's actually crazy. That was like 6 or 7 years ago. But yeah, I'm going with Michael Johnson. Fuck it. I think he knocks him out. Moving on. Alex Perez versus Charles Johnson. I'm locking Charles Johnson. Again. My boy, the one loss he had recently was to Temerov, and he was on roids and shit, so I don't count that. I don't care. Charles Johnson, he knocked out Van, bro. That was clean-ass striking performance. I mean, I was already on Charles Johnson, but when I saw that, I was like aboard the hype train. He's gonna do really well at flyweight. I think so. And Alex Perez, this matchup just screams to me that Charles Johnson is gonna get a knockout because Perez, he's always trying to get into that like boxing scrappy kind of range. And Charles Johnson, he's big for flyweight and he can control the range good. So I think he's gonna find his openings, find his shots pretty good. And I think he's going to clip Perez bad and knock him out. I just don't think there's much more you can say. Perez, his career has been on pretty bad decline. I mean, he had that bad injury to Taylor like over a year ago. Almabayev is pretty fucking mid for actually having Perez look good in that first part of the fight before stuck his head in the guillotine. That's another reason I don't rate him, but how are you going to stick your head in the guillotine in modern MMA in 2025? That's crazy. He's on the decline for sure. You can argue that he's only lost to like the best names. I think Charles Johnson is one of the best names. So I think that's going to be another L on there for sure. Nikita Krylov versus Modestas Bukauskas. I was thinking about this a little bit, but I made up my mind. I think Modestas Bukauskas, he's going to get it done. He's been on a good, what is he on now? Let me check. 4-fight win streak, right? Yeah, he's on a 4-fight win streak now. I mean, you know, Paul Craig TKO, that's what you should be doing, right? But he's looked pretty good. Cutelaba fight, I mean, people were debating about it. I mean, Krylov has been pretty good and on a comeback of his own. I don't think that's bad to have a close decision with him. Krylov, dude has just not looked the same since coming back. I'm just gonna keep it real. And he didn't beat anybody that crazy. Oezdemir is probably like his best win, and that's a pretty good win, right? But as of recent, I mean, his most recent was Ryan Spann, and Spann has turned out to be a huge disappointment, as we all know. And, I mean, those last two where he got knocked out in the first round, it was just like what? Like, he abandoned all his fundamental training there. Just leaping in with punches, getting clipped. Just being way too predictable on his entries. I mean, I don't think it's going to go well for him. I think it might be time to call it a career soon if he loses this one, because he just has not looked the same at all. I mean, you think about what he used to look like and now, I don't know. So, I mean, Modestas Bukauskas, he's looked better than ever. He's training with Tom Aspinall in his gym too as well. So, yeah, I really think he's going to get it done. Probably by knockout. Probably could get it by knockout. He's been looking really good, and he's really powerful too. So, I trust in him in this one. Gautier versus Andre Pulyaev. I mean, is there anything to say Gautier knockout? Andre Pulyaev is not going to be the one to fraud check Teiba Gautier. That's just, there's no way, you know what I mean? I mean, dude, he nearly got finished by COD in that debut. Towards the end, looked mid all the way throughout. Nick Klein's mid. I don't care about that win. Gautier's gonna fucking starch him. Puliev's getting nowhere near the hips. He's not doing anything, bro. I'm sorry. I just don't see this being the one. Maybe, you know, a little further on in Gautier's career, since he's so young and still being kind of, you know, not really getting as much experience. Maybe I could see someone up the rankings shaking him. Not Pulyaev, bro. I mean, just look at this. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. And you see him in the octagon. Dude, he has good technique. He has good technique. He's going to put Pulyaev out. I think there's nothing more to say there. Umar versus Figueiredo. Dude. I seen a lot of people, nah. After Umar fucking won against Batista, I saw all these people saying, oh, Umar O'Malley next or all this shit. I knew they were going to do Umar Figgy next because it's literally the easiest fucking matchup in the top for Umar. Most watched version of Figgy we've ever seen. And we know Figgy's going to take that fight. So, I mean, I don't know why people thought that wasn't the obvious matchmaking choice, but people gotta realize the UFC's not gonna give you what you want to see, bruh. Like, you new here or something? Nah, I'm just playing. There's nothing more. You see the odds, bro. Figgy does have that power, but he's just not. I mean, he looked decent in his debut at bantamweight, but I just think he hasn't looked the same since he was at flyweight doing the shit he did to fucking. What's his name? Why is it Jose Benavidez? Why is that leaving my brain right now? Perez and then the Moreno trilogy. I don't think he's looked the same since then. Honestly, I thought that, you know, that last Moreno fight, whenever that shit ended, I thought that was like the last, like, real prime version of Figgy that we really saw. And I mean, Umar's looked better than ever. He won 2 rounds against Merab, and I mean, did really good in that fight. My bad, I'm back, y'all. Fucking phone call went off. I don't even know what I was saying, but Umar is just a fucking lock. That's undebatable. I think it does go to decision, though. I don't think he subs Figgy, but hey, you never know. He could pull it off. But I think Figgy's tough enough to survive a decision. There's a reason they put this fight down on the prelims, though. One, I mean, they don't want him outshining O'Malley, but they know that he's not going to with whatever performance he pulls off here. Maybe if he gets a sub, even then, I mean, Figgy's washed and old. It doesn't really mean that much. So, whatever. Moving on. Main card. Arnold Allen versus Gene Silva. Dude, this fight is going to be sick to open up the main card. I think I might go with Gene Silva, though. And it pains me because I always fucked with Arnold Allen. He's cool, but I really do think Gene Silva he just has the power advantage. And Allen, I feel like he's not going to do well with that pressure, you know what I mean? That pressure and then that power as well from Silva. It's a pretty bad combo. I feel like to beat Silva, you got to have that power to match, just like Lopez did, you know what I mean? But Allen does have a chance. He does have a chance. I just don't think he's looked good as of recent. Like his Chikadze performance, I don't think it aged the best. Let's be real. I mean, Chikadze, he has not been doing the best recently, and I mean, you do look at the names he's fought, of Loev and Holloway and all that, and how good he did against them, and it does make me think he might have a chance here. But at the same time, I feel like Gene Silva, he's gonna be swinging, dude. He's gonna be coming back with a vengeance, right? Because he wants to get back in that spotlight, and I feel like Allen, he is kind of a good matchup for him, bruh. Allen's he's very good technically, but then physicality-wise, I feel like you can outwork that part of him, and you can be stronger than him and more durable. Because you see him, he breaks his hands a lot of the time in his fights, and that's exactly what I was thinking. I could see that happening here. He could be doing good against Silva, and then he'll just end up breaking his hand, and then shit's gonna go south. So I think I just have to favor Gene Silva here. I would not lock him like a lot of other people are doing. That's kind of dumb, but I think he gets it done. Maybe by a finish, maybe. Who knows? Natalia Silva, Rose Namajunas. Another easy lock. Natalia Silva 1,000 times every day. I was gonna lock her in her matchup before Rose stepped in, but now that Rose has stepped in, it's even better. Honestly, it's way better. Rose Namajunas, she has not looked good at all at flyweight. She has not looked the same. She has not looked like, I mean, just in general, we see that when females from female strawweight tend to move up recently, they just don't look the same. They don't look as good. I don't know what the frame difference is between people in 115 and 125 as to why it's so massive, but every time it happens, you see that happen. Just out with Wei Lee. So, yeah, Natalia Silva's a lock. Namajunas, she's been having to edge out close decisions against mid people recently, and I just don't rate her at all in her current form. Natalia Silva's look really, really good striking-wise. I mean, that Grasso win, and then who else? Why am I forgetting names right now? I want to refer to her as this. What's her name, dog? Fucking Andrade. You know what's crazy? I was about to refer to her as the ugly chick who made the OnlyFans. That's crazy. But Yeah, I mean, the way that she's been striking, especially on the back foot and all this stuff, it's been looking really slick, really good. I think she's definitely a lock. I think she can beat Shevchenko, honestly. I think she could. I'd favor her over anyone else. I mean, even over... People talk about Dakota Dacheva all the time, but, I mean, she's in the PFL, you know. She's never fought in the UFC. I got to see her in the UFC before I could say anything about her against the actual champion, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I think Natalia Silva is lock, 100%. Waldo Cortes Acosta versus Derek Lewis. This is like... There's like 3 or 4 close ones on this card that I feel like could go either way. That's definitely one of them. Cortes Acosta, he's looked good recently. This recent like active stretch with Gaethje. What's Tom Aspinall's teammate? Delija. And you know, he didn't do that bad against Pavlovich. I know that Pavlovich could have knocked him out a lot of times despite being gun shy, but he held his own a little bit in the boxing with him. I feel like Waldo Cortes did worse in his Spivak performance than he did against Pavlovich, which was weird, but I feel like he has the ability to make it a mid-striking fest on the feet. He is a heavyweight, so maybe he can get a knockout on Lewis, but I just think he has too many performances from him where I've seen him. He's good. He finds a way to win for sure, right? But I don't know. Like, I want to hate on him, but I can't. He's been putting in the work recently. So, and I think I have to pick him. I have to go with him. His recent activity. Derek Lewis has not been fighting that much at all over the past few years. I think since the Spivak loss or something, he's been really inactive since then. On once, maybe twice a year fighter. I can definitely see a world where Derek Lewis chins him, though. Everyone was counting him out against that big dude Townsend Teixeira. I mean, I didn't see any reason to pick Teixeira after getting one win against fucking Justin Taffa or whoever the fuck. So, yeah. I'd say decision's most likely. Maybe a decision from Cortes Acosta. But I want to see a knockout. And that can happen from either side. So I feel like if you want to play something on this fight, maybe an under prop could look good. But if you really believe in picking Cortes Acosta and betting on him, I would say bet him by decision probably. Or just bet the over. Yeah, it really could go either way, though, as always, with these heavyweight bouts. Lewis, he does always kind of find a way to just knock people out and pull up that power against shitters, but I think Cortes Acosta, he actually is pretty decent. He's been getting better since, his fucking... I'm trying to remember, was he the one with that Arlovsky performance? I don't even know. I mean, I literally have it right here. Let me check. Yeah. And then Despain, I was about to say. Yeah, those two were pretty bad, but I think he's gotten better since then, for sure. I'm going with him. Now we're on the co-main. O'Malley versus Song Yadong. I think I'm this close to locking O'Malley. This close, but I'm not sure yet. Yeah, I think O'Malley's going to be the cleaner striker, just overall. And Song Yadong, I think he's going to want to have a striking match with them. He doesn't typically It's not really the pure wrestling type. I mean, I think in his Gautier's fight, he mixed in the grappling a lot, but I don't see him being able to effectively do that against O'Malley. I mean, O'Malley's way better of a counter grappler than Chris Gautier is. So if you add all that in and look at it, you'll see that fucking O'Malley is way better with the footwork and the timing and just the counter striking, everything in general about his striking game. And Song Yadong's performance against Cejudo had me think that Cejudo was going to have a good chance with Talbot. That did not age well for Yadong at all. So I think O'Malley's lockable in this fight. I see the motivation for O'Malley as well, right? Because Jan's the champion again. He knows if he wins this fight, he's getting a title shot. So I feel like there's a lot more motivation going into it for him. And Song Yadong, every time against the top contenders, he always like falls short or something just falls short. Yeah, I mean, he's kind of like Dan Hooker a little bit, where he's not really, he's kind of approaching that gatekeeper Dan Hooker status, where, you know, he never really actually gets past the top of the top guys, but, you know, he can beat the lower, less skilled guys. But then it's like maybe what's it called? It's like maybe the less skilled guys can look good against him, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I just think O'Malley's way better in every facet of the game. And he has better leg kicks as well. Alright, so main event. I've been going back and forth on this one actually, but as of recent, I've been thinking Paddy, honestly. It's just it's kind of like Alexander Hernandez, how every time I keep picking against him, he keeps winning. But Paddy actually seems to be getting like better and shit every fight. And his style, it always works in like the weirdest ways with every opponent, because I swear, he fights different with a different game plan and approach for every single fighter, which is really smart. That's smart. The one glaring issue I have is just that defensive problem where he just fucking, he has his head up too high sometimes, not worrying about his guard. And then he's had a lot of moments in a lot of his fights. I think, what was it, early in his career, Vendramini and other people as well, where he's gotten rocked and all this shit. So Justin Gaethje can definitely find a moment. He can find his moment, right? I just think he's past it, man. He hasn't looked like that Holloway fight and then the Fiziev fight. He hasn't looked as good. He still has it in the striking department. Like, I'd say he has better striking than Paddy. But, I mean, if Fiziev's getting you to the ground, bro, I don't think there's much hope for you against Paddy, bro. Paddy's going to get a sub. And you could say, yeah, I mean, Justin knows that he's going to go for a sub. He's going to prep for the takedowns, D1 wrestler and all that. People always like to say when he's never used wrestling in MMA ever. It's just, I don't know, man. I feel like Paddy just wears it out and then he finds a submission. I think it's a really good main event. And it's honestly the best, like the best matchup that they could have done for Paddy in the top 5, besides maybe like Dan Hooker or some shit, but can't do that for a title, obviously. I think like if Paddy was fighting Arman, I'd definitely choose Arman, because you know he just has a clear deficit in that grappling game to Arman, like pretty much everyone in the division. Yeah, I think Gaethje's too old, man. He really is. He's nearing that point. He was asking for this fight, and it was like, if I don't get this fight, then I'm going to retire. And I don't really like that mentality, you know? Because every time I hear a fighter say some shit like that, they always go on to do absolutely terrible in their fights. Or if you just have the mentality of you going into your fight and you're going to retire after that, or after a certain time that you can't be thinking about retirement. You got to be focused on what you're doing in the moment. And if that's already where his mind is at, I think Paddy, he's got it, because Paddy's in his prime, in the like biggest spotlight of his career right now. I think he's gonna perform and deliver. So I mean, that's my official breakdown for main event, every fight on the card. Not too detailed. I haven't gotten my note system down yet for this year, because I'm gonna get a system for, you'll see it next card, for actually breaking down how a fighter, how they do certain stuff, like what's always their go-to move, you know, or what do they always like to do defensively? What's always the key ground mistakes they make? Stuff like that. I want to try and, not like pattern, kind of like pattern recognition, but just having a good, like, extensive guide of what each fighter is to help on the picks, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna get that going. I didn't even finish my food. Still got McGriddle to eat, fam. Still got to edit this video too. So I'm gonna see y'all later. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one. Peace out.
Thanks for taking the time to watch this video.
Rex, Hunter, get on knocked off and won't think about it. Lie to your honor, look him straight in the face and won't blink about it. I just finesse for a bad today.